Jo here from Dance Rocks, as you can see, and we are ready for some more stories. So, I hope you're feeling nice and comfortable and cosy, because I'm ready to tell you a story about Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. It's just a little book today, isn't it? But I think it's got a lot of words in. So here we go. One sunny morning in the 100-acre wood, Tigger was bouncing through the forest. Boing, 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 boing. Woohoo! He cried happily. It's a Tiggerific day for bouncing. I think I'll drop in on my old pals. Meanwhile, a little bear named Winnie the Pooh was busy thinking. Think, think, think. The bear of little brains said, trying hard to remember what he was thinking about. Then, whomp bump bump, Winnie the Pooh was bounced to the ground. Hello, Pooh, I'm Tigger. T-I-double-ger, that spells Tigger. Yes, I know, Pooh replied. You've bounced me before. Oh, sorry, pal, apologised Tigger. Well, gotta go. I've got a lot of bouncing to do. TTFN, ta-ta for now. And quick as a spring, Tigger bounded off. That was Tigger. He was always bouncing in on his friends when they least expected it. Tigger's next stop was Piglet's house, and Piglet certainly wasn't expecting to be whomp bump bump, bounced to the ground. Oh, Tigger, Piglet nervously stuttered. You scared me. Scared you? Tigger said. That was just one of my little bounces. It was? Asked Piglet, thinking that the bounce had felt awfully big to him. I'm saving my best bounce for old long ears, Tigger replied. Ta-ta! Meanwhile, Rabbit was busy tending his garden. There now, Rabbit happily announced. Everything's perfect. Carrots, lettuce and pumpkins all neat and tidy. But not for long, because just then, you're gonna guess it. Oh no, Rabbit cried frantically. Stop! Whomp, bump, bump. Too late. Rabbit received Tigger's biggest bounce ever. The two rolled and tumbled through Rabbit's garden. Everything was flattened. Hello, Rabbit. I'm Tigger. T-I-double... Oh, please, Rabbit angrily interrupted. Don't spell it. Oh, dear, just look at my garden. Yuck, Tigger said. Kind of messy, isn't it? Messy? Messy? It's ruined, moaned Rabbit. Oh, Tigger, why don't you ever stop bouncing? 'Cause bouncing's what Tiggers do best, he answered. Later, Pooh and Piglet went to Rabbit's house for a special Tigger protest meeting. Order, order, called Rabbit. Tigger is getting too bouncy. It's time we taught him a lesson. Perhaps we should find a way to unbounce him, suggested Pooh. Yes, I agree, Rabbit replied. What do you think, Pooh? Pooh, are you listening? Of course, Pooh replied, waking from a sound sleep. But there was some fluff in my ear. Could you repeat that, please? Which part? Asked Rabbit. The part that I didn't hear, of course, he answered. Pooh, whispered Piglet, we're trying to take the bounce out of Tigger. Oh, I've got a splendid idea, Rabbit suddenly announced. We'll take Tigger somewhere he's never been before. Then we'll lose him there. Lose him? Said Pooh. Oh, don't worry, Rabbit explained. We'll find him again the next morning. Mark my words, it'll take the bounce right out of him. They're going to lose Tigger? How are they going to do that? So anyway, it was agreed that they would start out the next day. That morning turned out to be a cold and misty one in 100-acre wood. The mist was so thick that the four friends could barely see the ground in front of them. But that didn't slow down Tigger. Boing, boing, boing. He sprang ahead into the leaves. Tigger leaped farther and farther and deeper into the woods. Rabbit thought it was a good time to lose him. "Now's our chance," he said to Pooh and Piglet. "Quick, over here, hide!" Rabbit led the two friends inside an old hollow log. Tigger soon realised his friends were no longer behind him. "Hey, that's funny," Tigger said. "They must be lost." "Hello," Tigger called, bouncing back to look for his missing friends. "Hey guys, where are you? Hello!" Then Tigger climbed on top of the very place where Pooh, Piglet and Rabbit were hiding. "Hello!" he shouted into the log as loud as he could. The hidden friends' ears rang from the noise, but they said nothing. Tigger soon gave up and boinged off in search of his pals. Rabbit cautiously peered out the log. "Hooray!" cheered Rabbit. "My splendid idea worked. Come on, let's head for home." Rabbit was certain that everything was working according to plan, but soon the plan stopped working. Pooh, Piglet and Rabbit walked and walked and walked through the woods, but they didn't seem to be getting anywhere. "It's funny how everything seems the same in the mist," said Rabbit. "This looks just like the sandpit where we started." And so they tried again, but ended up right back at the very same pit. Pooh was getting tired. He suspected the sandpit was following them, but the truth is, they were lost. They had been walking around in a big circle. "Oh, Rabbit," Pooh suggested, "how would it be if, as soon as we're out of sight of this pit, we just try to find it again?" "Why?" asked Rabbit. "We keep looking for home, but we keep finding this pit." Pooh explained, "So I thought if we kept looking for this pit, maybe we'd find home." "He's funny, isn't he, Winnie the Pooh?" "I don't see much sense in that," Rabbit replied. "If I walked away from this pit, then walked back to it, of course I'd find it. I'll prove it to you. Wait here." So Pooh and Piglet waited in the misty sandpit for Rabbit. And they waited and waited and waited. The two tired friends fell asleep. All the while Pooh dreamed of his honey pots at home. Grrr! A strange noise startled Piglet. What was that, Pooh?" he asked, waking up. "My tummy!" exclaimed Pooh. It rumbled. "I'm hungry, Piglet. Let's go home now." "Do you know the way?" asked Piglet. "No," answered Pooh, "but there are 12 pots of honey in my cupboard, and they have been calling to my tummy." "They have?" "Yes, Piglet. I couldn't hear them before because Rabbit was talking." "I think I know where they're calling from," Pooh said, helping Piglet out of the sandpit. "Come on, we'll just follow my tummy." Pooh and Piglet walked off into the mist. For a long time Piglet said nothing, because he did not want to interrupt the voices of Pooh's honey pots. Sure enough, the mist soon got thinner, and Piglet began to know where he was. When suddenly... what's going to happen? Hoo-hoo! It was Tigger! Whomp, bump, bump! He bounced Pooh and Piglet to the ground. "Hello there, you two," Tigger cried. "Where have you been?" "We've been trying to find our way back home," explained Pooh. "Say, where's old Long-Ears?" asked Tigger. "He must still be missing in the mist," Pooh said. "Well, leave it to me," Tigger declared. "I'll go and bounce him right out of there. TTFN, ta-ta for now." So Tigger romped off to find Rabbit. Meanwhile, Rabbit was still wandering around in the cold mist. By now he was most definitely lost and certainly scared. His frightened mind played tricks on him. Rabbit began to hear noises, strange noises, scary noises. Chomp, chomp. "Pooh, Piglet, is that you?" Crunch. "Ah!" yelled Rabbit. Croak. What was that? Rabbit cried fearfully. "Rabbit, who's there?" "Help!" Rabbit screamed, running off in an awful panic. Who should he bump into but whoomp, bump, bump. "Hello, Rabbit." "Tigger." The bounce bunny cried in surprise. "But you're supposed to be lost." "Lost? Tiggers never get lost, buddy boy," Tigger cheerfully replied. "Never?" Rabbit asked sadly. He realised that his splendid plan had not worked at all. "Of course not," Tigger said. "Come on, Rabbit, let's go home." Hoo, hoo, hoo. So the two started back. Rabbit was not a happy rabbit. He was a tired rabbit, a lost and found rabbit, a why, oh why do these things happen to me rabbit? But Rabbit had learned his lesson. Never again would he try to change his friends. He was lucky to have them just the way they were. There we go. I hope that's a nice bedtime story, isn't it? But you could be listening at any time of the day. Who knows? Thank you for listening and see you again soon.